One of the things that people are starting to ask about is how do you work out where the top of the new ridge should be in contrast to an existing ridge as we have here with the gable wall for the barn. So I'll explain how we worked out. It's a very simple procedure. You will need a laser and measuring tape and a spirit level, and that's it. Now here is where we've started. We start at the ridge, and the original ridge there that I want to join up to, you can see it's not the greatest bit of carpentry work that's ever been done. This is the ridge beam. It was packed up with some timbers, some chevrons, and even packing pieces here before the rafters, or the chevrons as we call them, were actually put in place. I didn't want to do that. I'd like to do it a little bit more professional, if you like. So we have the ridge that we've put up is perfectly in line, so that when our chevrons come up on the new ridge, that will be perfectly aligned with the other building. So we start here as far as where you find the ridge for the other side. Set in place a good padstone on top, took some of the rocks out, set a good lump of padstone in place, and measured so that the ridge is exactly lining up with the bottom of the chevrons on the other side. And then you can see here on the new gable wall, the ridge, the pocket has been cut so that the ridge fits perfectly. So we start here. On the actual padstone, you'll see I've marked a centre line here, and then what we need to do is take that centre line down with a level right the way down to the bottom of the wall. Now I said about bringing the line down from the ridge. We took a level line from the mark that I made on the padstone concrete, brought it straight the way down to here, right level with the floor, and this line is an indicator of exactly where the middle of the ridge is on the old wall. From here, what we'll then do is we're going to take a measurement from here to the inside wall at the front of the house, over to here. That measurement there, bear in mind there's going to be a little bit of tolerance because these buildings are not square by any means. So on new buildings it's not a problem, but buildings like this you may have a little bit of tolerance on measurement because the buildings move out or move in. There's not a single straight wall anywhere on these old places, so bear that in mind. So we've come down, we've taken a measurement from the bottom of the wall to this wall here. I've then come over to the opposite side to this wall, and we've done exactly the same. We've taken this measurement from here, the same measurement, straight along the middle gable wall where we've got the new brickwork on top. Now what I did to double check measurements, I actually did it from the new brickwork on the front as well. So that just gives me a little bit of a, if there's any difference in ridge to new wall and ridge to new wall, if there's any differences there, that may be an indicator I need to tweak it a little bit. But really, I think even though these walls are slightly bent and warped, there was all of about 8-10 millimeters of difference in the measurement. So measure from here straight down on the new wall. That brought us in here. We took this marker here down the bottom, level line straight up, and took that line as high as I could. There was about 2 courses of brickwork, or maybe this course here. I was then able to transfer the markings to the other side of the wall because I needed to do brickwork from this side. So anything that we were doing as far as timber as a former to help assess where the angle of the wall should be is on the other side, so I didn't want it in the way when I was trying to do the brickwork. Come round here with me. You'll see the photograph that follows. You'll see the timbers that were anchored to the wall. There's a timber here that's in the right place from the markings that we transferred over, and it was bolted into the brickwork, and obviously the level of the timber was checked, and then we could actually get an indicator, a timber on this side and just a builder line on the other side, and that was enough to be able to give the angle of the dangle for the gable, and also give me a timber that we could put a marking on. And let me explain how you get the height. Right, the important thing about where is the top of the gable. I've shown you how we got the measurement as to where the middle of the gable should be in comparison to what we set up initially. Now, the trick is very simple. About here in the middle, I set the laser up, and the laser will spin a marking. It doesn't matter how high or low you set it up. So we set up about here, put the laser on, and it gave me a laser mark along the first vertical line. We took that mark, spun the laser around, and were able to put another laser mark on this side, on the vertical line that was drawn up. Then quite simply, from the floor, from the ridge down to the laser marker, we took a measurement from underneath the ridge to the laser marker, and then on this side, from the laser marker up, the same measurement. That gives me the exact spot where the underneath of the ridge needs to be on the new gable wall. So you got that measurement down from the ridge to the laser mark on the wall. Over this side, from the laser mark, measure up, and that gives you the exact spot for the ridge. And when we put the ridge in, it was absolutely smack on. The lasers are fantastic. It was in the middle of the bubble on the Gary Neville, so not a problem. Okay.